Welcome back to the Creative Tribe podcast. This is a podcast about all the things that fuel a creative lifestyle. I'm Brian,
And I'm Rita.
and together we are Label Me Other. Label Me Other is our production company, and one of our goals is to create creative problem solvers. If this sounds like something that you're interested in, head over to our TikTok, search for Label Me Other, and join our creative tribe. We try to post over there daily. And if you like the podcast, wherever you're listening, give us a like and a follow. If you have any questions in the realm of content creation and starting a creative lifestyle, email us at labelmeother@gmail.com. All right, so today I want to talk about this thing that I came across. Where was I? I think I was on TikTok. And the video was this woman posing the question, who are you uninterrupted? So what she meant by that is saying, what would you do if at every intersection of your life the light was always green? What would you build? Like if you were just totally like go 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 go, nothing was in the way, what would you build? And when you ask yourself that question, and when you figure that out, it brings up another question. Well, what's interrupting you to begin with? So, like, what's stopping you right now? And that question, I think, gets to like the root of who are you uninterrupted, is to find out, well, what's stopping you right now. And I just thought that was just interesting and thought provoking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess it's one of those good questions where it does lead you to think about yourself in a way that maybe you haven't allowed yourself to, because a lot of times we give in to like our comforts, things that are easy, things that make us feel good and our quick gratifications. And then
Mhm.
when you need that, when you step back and look at, okay, well, if you want to be a doctor and you're not quite a doctor, what things stopped you? Like what were the forces that prevented you from going? And if those forces weren't there, would you be a doctor? Would you be where you wanted to be?
Mhm.
I mean, it does bring up really interesting interesting thoughts, especially when I have a little bit of guilt around certain pleasures that I have, like video gaming, for example.
Mhm.
You could get lost in the sauce real quick. You get lost for hours in a game, and then I will feel a little bit of guilt, like, oh, I could have spent 3 or 4 of those hours doing something to progress my ideal of where I would like to be.
Mhm.
So it's like, are video games a hindrance? Are they stopping me from being where I want to be? Are they my yellow and red lights? Like, who knows? Maybe, maybe
Yeah,
not.
maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean, but I think things like that. I mean, yeah, they can be a distraction, especially with video games. Because I game too, but I try to put like a cap on it. Like, okay, well, I'll for an hour. This is my
Sure.
time to do this. But yeah, it's just that yeah. But what's really hitting me about this is the what's interrupting you now to begin with.
Mm,
And it's like, wow. So it's like, is it, people always say, well, is it fear, that's holding you back? Is it what's the root of the procrastination? Like what is it? But yeah, it's just really makes you think. And and this is one of those things that I don't have the answer to. It's just I just came across this, and it just kind of just opened my mind, like, okay, well, you know, what's stopping me? Like
mm.
what's really stopping me? Because
Yeah.
I know I'm not lazy. So
You're right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
it's like what's really like stopping me from like just being on green and just going. So
Yeah. 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 I wonder if you'll find things in yourself that you're like, oh, maybe find the red lights. Maybe that's the thing. Like how to go about finding your red lights, the things that are stopping you, the things that are, you know, your hindrance. I mean, obviously yours would be totally different from what mine would be personally. The things that prevent me from being, I guess, where I want to be. But um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting thing to consider.
Yeah. And the
Yeah,
more that I think about it, it's like I know one for sure that's really tough, and I'm sure other people, other beginner, which I'm not a beginner creator, but as far as social media, creating for social media and things like that,
yeah,
I'm fairly a beginner, but it's just the fear of no one really even caring what you have to say.
mm,
And then you see that stuff reflected in like views or interactions, and it really fuels that fire of like, man, maybe no one really cares what I have to say. Maybe I have nothing to offer, but I have enough
yeah,
confidence in myself to know that that's not true. But it's like, man, it's like, in these beginning stages of that, it's like, it's really hard to ignore that, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. No, I totally get that. I totally get that. I think for me, if I had to like put something to paper, um, it's probably a toss up between uh like it's not that I feel like to your point, like I don't feel like people don't care what I say. I feel like I don't know how to like reach them in a way. And maybe I'm doing it and you just don't know it. But like,
Mm.
for example, on our post, we can get tons of likes, right? People like it and we know, okay, something resonated there.
Right.
But then like the comments will be dry as a whale. It's like, but then every blue moon you'll get one where people it touched them enough where they're like, I need to write something here. And that is like the sweet spot. That's the spot where I'm like, okay, something resonated deep enough where this person like felt the need to like write something, go a
Right.
step above. And it's like trying to like master and figure out what that is like maybe that's my driving maybe that's my driving force to try to figure out how to master that. But it's also one of those things that makes me like when I don't get those comments, like did this really hit? Are people just liking because they are just liking? Is it
Mhm.
hitting for them? Maybe it's just overthinking in general, I guess. Um, I don't know. I need to think about this more. I need to think
Yeah.
about this a little bit more. But yeah, it's one of those things are definitely something that like that gets me into my head too much where I'm not I don't want to say it makes me want to stop, but I think the slow rise makes me want to stop sometimes. It makes
Yeah.
me feel like and if I'm being honest with myself, I think it's really a matter of redefining goals. And I think if I were to do that, to sit back and with you and talk about like, well, let's redefine our goals here, what we're trying to do, then maybe
Mhm.
that could help with that. But otherwise, it's like, oh man, like, what are we doing this? What are we doing this for? I know we're helping people. Like deep down, I know we are, but
Yeah, it's like we're helping people, but it's just getting comfortable with the delivery of how you're going by doing that and being confident in that.
yeah.
And what I'm learning is it's easier to take when I'm lean away from making videos or making posts about like things like, these are five ways to do this, or this is how you could do this. Whenever
Mm-hmm,
I pose it, whenever I basically just put my thoughts out there,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and it's very, very personal to me, but but that personal thought process is actually helpful to other people and bringing value to other people.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it easier for me because through making that content, making that post or whatever, I'm working things out for myself as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And that makes it easier. So even if no one watches it, I know that, well, I I mulled that over and thought about that, which would normally be in private, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
recording it and I'm posting it, and maybe somebody else could get something out of it. Or,
Yeah.
maybe they've already gone through that. Maybe they have the answers. Then they can converse with me back and forth, in the comment section. And
Yeah.
then that how so I'm starting to basically I'm learning to just let go and be me and be
Mm-hmm.
okay with it.
Yeah.
As long as make it to where I get something out of it as well. So it's like,
Yeah.
provide value, but you should also get something out of it as well. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's the only way I post now. I only post things that like resonate with where I am in life. And to your point, like when I go back, I can instantly know for myself where I was in that point in life. Like I can go back 2 months and look at a post and be like, oh yeah, that was going on at work. Like because I know I'm speaking from a place of truth. I'm speaking from a place that this
Yeah.
is some real stuff in my life. Whether you realize it, like you said, I'm just giving you like so like I'm the queen of one-liners. I just throw out there one line, like one sentence, because for me that sentence is a giant. Like it means a lot.
Mm.
Either somebody's gonna get that sentence or they're not gonna or they're not
Yeah.
gonna understand that sentence. But
Yeah.
when I go back and listen to it, for me, I'm like, I was at this point in my life. I was dealing with that during that post. I said that post because of this. And so that's the only place I post from now. Like sometimes it's a struggle, but here lately it's been coming. Like I hit a big rut a couple of probably like a month or so ago now, maybe 2 months. I think I told you about it where I just didn't have it. Like
Mhm.
nothing was coming, nothing was flowing, everything was just meh. It was just like every day was that's when we were posting every day at that point. But
Yeah.
every day was a struggle. I just didn't have the content to I didn't have anything to give to other people. Um I don't know why I got on that, but
No, but no, that I mean that goes right along with, yes, like sometimes, you'll run out of stuff if you're trying to constantly give.
yeah.
But if you if you wrap your message into your personal day to day, if
Mhm.
you feel comfortable enough to do that, and it's
Yeah.
hard to do. It's hard to do. It's hard
Yeah.
to really be yourself on some of these platforms. I mean, some people they jump right into it. It's real easy to be themselves, but when you're
Yeah.
trying to like provide value and I'm not just giving you just my everyday what I'm doing, I'm trying to combine that,
Mhm. Mhm.
just here's my day to day and here is how I'm creative in my day to day and here's the things that I've learned throughout my creative day to day that I'm sharing with you on a personal level. It's difficult, but that's the challenge. Like you talk about goals, like that's one of my goals is to if I to get to be great at that.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
feel like that's the uniqueness that's going to set me and you apart because it's like we're all individuals and we're all different. We all have different paths. And so, my take is going to be just my take on it.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
take is
Yeah.
going to be your unique take on it. So it's not
Yeah.
like, and that will make you stand apart because you're bringing something that no one else can bring to the table.
That's true. That's true. Only you can bring your experience,
Right.
Even two people, like we work very closely hand in hand and we still can take away two different experiences from it.
Mhm.
And so using that to our benefit is a great asset. And for anybody out there who's trying to do that, do the same, like you just gotta pull from you because even in my own personal life, there's certain things that I just have been maybe a little embarrassed about in the past, like my not necessarily my upbringing, but maybe some siblings and definitely got some wild childs in the bunch. And
Mhm.
so, it wasn't until I was older and now until I realized like, man, those are the things that really make you unique, make you stand out. If you're dealing with family things or you have I don't know, an autistic uncle or you have like a Down syndrome brother. Like if you have any of those things are what make you uniquely you and your story so unique. And it's like learning to like lean into those things as crazy as they may be, because surprisingly, people are people have even crazier lives. You might think you're just like super crazy, but theirs is like even crazier. So
Even crazier.
yeah, lean into that for sure.
So yeah, that was a great conversation. Hey guys, I want to thank you. We want to thank you for listening. And if you like what we're providing here with this podcast, please head over to our TikTok, search for Label Me Other. Same thing on YouTube, Label Me Other Creative Tribe, and join our creative tribe. Make sure to give us a like and a follow, please. And
Yeah.
if you have any questions in the realm of content creation and starting a creative lifestyle, give us an email at labelmeother@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.